Today, we'll discuss the evolution of the adult industry. From early days to the digital age and its origins before the internet, the impact of photography, and how operatives worked in secrecy. This journey will take us through history, examining societal attitudes and technological advancements. We're diving deep into the history of the adult industry before the internet, exploring how photography transformed it and uncovering the secretive operations behind its production. This journey spans centuries and showcases the resilience and evolution of adult content. So let's get started.
Hello and welcome to Denset, a channel for intelligent and curious people like you. Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means help me. And if you have already subscribed, also thanks for your support.
Adult industry has roots that stretch back to ancient times. Civilizations like the Greeks and Romans openly celebrated sexuality through art and literature. Erotic sculptures and frescoes adorned homes and public spaces, highlighting the human body and its pleasures. The adult industry has ancient roots, deeply intertwined with human expression and sexuality. And we can see the historical context through the lens of ancient civilizations. In ancient Mesopotamia, erotic art was prevalent. Temples often featured sculptures and carvings depicting sexual acts. Ancient Greece celebrated sexuality in art and literature, with works like this Symposium by Plato discussing love and desire. In these societies, sexuality was often integrated into cultural rituals. Poetry and plays explored themes of love, desire, and eroticism. For instance, the works of Ovid and Aristophanes reflected a society that embraced sexual expression. After that, medieval and Renaissance periods also see a surge of the same trend. The Middle Ages saw a suppression of sexual expression, but underground erotic literature thrived. The Renaissance marked a resurgence of interest in the human body, leading to more explicit artistic representations. Fast forward to the 18th century, and we see a rise in the production of erotic literature. One of the most notorious works was Fanny Hill by John Cleland, published in 1748. Although it faced censorship, its popularity skyrocketed. Cleland's vivid descriptions and exploration of sexual escapades captured the interest of many readers, establishing a precedent for adult literature. We must mention the notable works like Fanny Hill by John Cleland, 1748, is one of the first pornographic novels, exploring the life of a young woman in the world of sex work. The publication of The Pearl in the Victorian era catered to adult audiences, featuring serialized erotic stories. As a result, it has a cultural impact, and these works often challenged societal norms and reflected changing attitudes towards sexuality. Despite legal and social pushback, they found audiences eager for more. Let us discuss the advent of printing. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century laid the groundwork for wider distribution of adult materials. However, it was not until the 19th century that the production of erotic literature became more mainstream. Books and pamphlets circulated in secret, often marketed under the counter. The underground nature of this distribution created a subculture around adult content. The rise of penny dreadfuls in Victorian England, which included erotic tales, was a response to the strict moral codes of the time. Censorship was a significant challenge. Laws often prohibited the sale of explicit content. Publishers and distributors had to navigate these laws carefully. Many chose to publish works anonymously or under pseudonyms to avoid legal repercussions. What was the role of photography? The introduction of photography in the 19th century was revolutionary. It allowed for the capture of real-life moments, including intimate and erotic images. By the 1850s, photographers began producing nude studies, often blurring the line between art and pornography. One notable figure was Edward Muybridge, who captured motion and the human form in groundbreaking ways. His work paved the way for others to explore erotic themes in photography. As photography became more accessible, adult images were sold discreetly. Early adult photography operated in underground networks. Private collectors sought out these images, often leading to a thriving black market. In this period, the production of adult photographs became more organized. Studios emerged, often operating in secrecy. They employed models who were willing to participate in these shoots, often under strict confidentiality agreements. We can take a close look at the impact of photography. The introduction of photography and the invention of photography in the 19th century revolutionized the adult industry, providing a new medium for expression. As a result, early photographs allowed for more explicit visual content than ever before, and they are linked with some key developments. The 1850s saw the first nude photographs, often taken secretly due to societal taboos. The Comstock Act of 1873 in the U.S. aimed to suppress obscene materials but inadvertently fueled underground markets. This act criminalized the distribution of obscene materials, including contraceptives and information about sexual health, but it fuels market growth. The demand for adult photography grew rapidly. Studios began to specialize in erotic photography, often using pseudonyms to protect identities. The technological innovations also helped, and the introduction of portable cameras allowed more individuals to create and share explicit images. Subsequently, the rise of magazines in the late 19th century provided a platform for adult content, though often in disguised formats. And the cultural shifts had made its footprint as photography changed societal perceptions of sexuality, making it more visible and accessible. The art form became a means of exploring and expressing sexual identity. What are the legal challenges in secrecy? Here we will see how secret operations worked and how operatives worked. Operatives often worked discreetly to avoid legal repercussions, operating in a shadowy underworld. They had methods like the use of pseudonyms and aliases was common to protect identities. Distribution had been made through underground networks, private clubs, and word of mouth allowed for the circulation of adult content. But there were legal challenges. Many faced arrests and raids, leading to a culture of secrecy and fear. The rise of mail-order adult magazines in the 20th century created a new avenue for distribution. These magazines often included advertisements for explicit content delivered discreetly to subscribers. Here we must mention notable figures, such as figures like Irving Klaw and his Betty Page. Photography exemplified the underground nature of the industry during the mid-20th century. But what was the impact of censorship? Censorship laws varied by region, creating a patchwork of legality. Many operatives had to navigate these laws carefully, often leading to creative methods of evasion. The adult industry faced significant legal challenges throughout the 20th century. Laws varied greatly by country and region. In the U.S., the Comstock Act of 1873 criminalized the distribution of obscene materials. This included any content deemed immoral, a term often applied to adult literature and images. As a result, producers and distributors employed various strategies to stay under the radar. They often used coded language and operated in the shadows. Locations for shoots were typically chosen for their privacy, such as remote houses or studios with discreet entrances. Models were often chosen for their anonymity. Many worked under stage names, ensuring their identities remained hidden. This secrecy was essential not just for their safety, but also to protect the reputations of those involved in production. Next comes the home video revolution. The landscape shifted dramatically in the 1970s with the advent of home video technology. The introduction of VCRs made it possible for people to view adult films in the privacy of their homes. This revolutionized consumption patterns. Adult films, once only shown in theaters, began to reach a broader audience. Studios like Vivid Entertainment and Hustler emerged, producing high-quality content that appealed to a wider range of viewers. This period also saw the rise of adult film stars, who became celebrities in their own right. Icons like Linda Lovelace and Ron Jeremy became household names, representing a new wave of adult entertainment. The internet era was the biggest game changer. Although we will have a short introduction, but later we will see more of its great impact in another video. The 1990s brought the internet, a game changer for the adult industry. It provided an unprecedented platform for distribution. Adult websites sprang up, offering a vast array of content accessible at any time. The anonymity of the internet allowed consumers to explore adult content without the stigma associated with purchasing it in person. This shift led to an explosion of content production. Independent producers could easily share their work, leading to a diversification of genres and styles. However, the internet also introduced new challenges. Issues like copyright infringement and the proliferation of free content complicated the business model for many producers. Traditional studios struggled to adapt to this rapidly changing landscape. What is current landscape and future trends? Today, the adult industry is a multi-billion-dollar global business. It encompasses everything from websites to virtual reality experiences. The rise of platforms like OnlyFans has shifted power dynamics, allowing creators to connect directly with their audience. Additionally, advancements in technology continue to shape the industry. AI and VR are being integrated into adult content, offering new ways for consumers to engage. However, these innovations also raise ethical questions about consent and representation. The journey of the adult industry from ancient civilizations to the digital age is a testament to human creativity and resilience. Understanding this evolution provides insight into societal attitudes towards sexuality and the complexities of a billion-dollar industry. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more in-depth content on fascinating topics.